Hey everybody, and welcome back to home. So we're picking up from where we left off. I just got the hammer, and it's funny because the more I'm playing and the more I explore, the redder the light in my PlayStation 4 controller is getting. I struck with the hammer. The old wooden boards came apart easily. After I had removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Why I would not have. That is effed up game logic. This was my locker there in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. it it looked like it had been torn up. I thought I had taken that picture home when the factory closed. The floor was littered with old liquor bottles. I wonder if that man in the house had something to do with this. He sure had a lot of alcohol at his place. I'm guessing I still say, you're the murderer. The twist is that you did all this, you sick bastard. And that you just drank so much that you passed out and you don't remember. Kind of like the guy from White Knight. The key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use key card? Yeah. He got so drunk he crashed his car right in front of his own house. There was some kind of ventilation hatch here. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Did I jump? No. If I was too chicken to jump, I could come back. What? Knocked myself again. There was no key card slot on this side. Balls. Yeah, alright. My leg hurt like hell. I didn't have a choice. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily and it was hard to make out. Did I try to read the letter? Yeah. Most of the letter was violently scratched out with what looked to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was need to. Just don't drinking need Norman. Who was Norman writing to? That room at the top of the plant, the one with the bottles, it was really getting to me. Maybe I was just distracted. Who went up there and used that room? As I exited the factory, I didn't recognize where I was going. My head ached terribly and my leg was a mess. No. Oh, balls. Well, that sucked. You know what? I had a feeling that I probably should have went downstairs to the room that was electronically locked. Damn it. Damn it. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yes. I cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed I found my credit card and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for a faint sound of a television. Who's Norman? The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There was a bit of blood on the keyhole. Okay. Well, that's not good. We'll go this way first. The way that doesn't have the blood on it. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing here? You are Norman, you jackass. There was a well-maintained gun cabinet here in Norman's room. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he kept a few hunting rifles. I'd imagine that the gun that I could have taken would have fit there. Like, this gun somehow fit into the missing slot. And here we're gonna find Rachel's body, aren't we? The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker and one of the few friends I had in town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he had been killed trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserve better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? No. Sorry, Norman, but at that moment I was too confused to worry about you. I needed to find Rachel to find some answers. What part about don't touch any part of a crime scene don't you get, dude? I don't give a damn who it is. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. Okay. I'm guessing the kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? No. I was already filthy and exhausted. I didn't want to keep rooting around in garbage. At this point, you don't touch anything. What is wrong with you? Yeah, sure, why not? I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Oh, Rachel's hairpin. Oh my god. Oh, I can pick the lock to the front of the store now. So I had to do it. Even though by me walking through his house, I'm getting footprints, hair follicles, arm and hand follicles, depending on how hairy this guy is, and handprints all over the place. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. Okay. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Okay, so let me see if I got it. I think that either him and Rachel, my main character, the main character here, and Rachel broke up or were on hard times, especially after he had gotten laid off, so he started drinking a lot, so she decided that she was going to leave him. Him and Norman used to work at the factory together, but since the factory closed, Norman still had his shop to fall back on, which he lived above, kind of like most New York City bodegas and restaurants. And so Rachel, since Norm was probably a friend of the family, Rachel went over to Norman's place to seek comfort. They ended up talking, and she probably either had an affair if they weren't divorced, or fell in love with him and started to live over there to get away from whoever this guy is. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. Okay. What else would I be forced to endure before the end? Seeing Norman up there dead, it turned my stomach just to think of it, but I couldn't put it out of my mind. How was he involved in all this? This was getting worse and worse. I was starting to feel incredibly vulnerable. As I stepped out into the rain, I realized how close I was to home. Oh, the namesake of the game. I hoped I would soon find my answers. He killed Norman, running off into the woods. The 2 girls had spotted him. He decided that he was going to kill the 2 girls because he didn't want any other witnesses. Ran up. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. Okay. So I imagine that that is his house and that this one here. Okay, so this one is his house. Well, no, I want to go back. The door only led me back. I had to find my house. Really? Alright, whatever. The neighborhood local post box. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I say, yeah, of course. There was no return address, but the envelope was addressed to Norman. Carefully, I tore it open and looked at the letter inside. It read, "Stay away, she's mine." That was it. No signature, no other information. It was from me. I know what the twist is gonna be. Yep. He killed her. Then he went and killed Norman once he found out. It was locked tight. This isn't my house. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. With the blood spat. Yeah, of course. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. Had he taken the gun, had he taken the knife, he would have taken back his murder weapon. Whoa. The light on my PlayStation 4 controller's blood red. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. Blood red. I've never seen it turn this color before for any other game. Our house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? I'd wager it was sometime before. The table was clean. It hadn't been used any time recently. Sometime before. Well, there was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill here. There, did I open it? Sure. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? Super blood red. The door to the basement, it was locked. Where I put the damn key. I take it this isn't your house anymore. You no longer live here, but we're gonna see. I had found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It was ripped in half. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yeah, sure. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had gotten part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Stolen identity. What did stolen identity say? Recover all the pieces of your wallet. Okay. Our television, I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. I suppose the warranty had already expired, but the thing closed 3 years ago. I don't want to go upstairs just yet. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Alright. I know who the murderer is. I know who the murderer is. Hello. Our hallway mirror had been smashed. Its pieces scattered around the floor. Yeah, okay. Sure, let's go in here first. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't gotten around to fixing it yet. Yep. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old clawfoot bathtubs. It seemed impractical at times, but it was part of what made the house home. Okay. That old house was charming for sure, but it wasn't always easy. Nothing in the garbage can? Okay, whatever. My goodness. Can this controller turn any more red? My computer. My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the laptop drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yes. I pocketed the key. Wait, what did it say? The laptop was warm and had been running for a while. Yeah. I'd say you were going for a couple of hours. bathroom. Okay, the books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. There was a suitcase on the bed. It was Rachel's. I remember it from that trip we took out west. She was packing her things to leave you. Did I open the suitcase? Yep. I wasn't sure what to make of the suitcase's contents. Inside were a few days worth of clothes, some toiletries, and a train ticket. I checked the date and time. It matched a receipt I found back in those horrible sewers. What was this? Rachel, who were you running away with? Norman. This wasn't getting me anywhere. One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remember owning it, but not that edition. She's running away with Norman, dude. Okay, you smashed the mirror because you couldn't bear to look at yourself in a relationship that had fallen. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned key underneath the handle. Oh, well, yeah, I guess I gotta go to the basement now. I guess her body will be unlock the basement door. Her body will be in that other room. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. I couldn't even remember our last Christmas. Not a good sign. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yep. I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. The room upstairs. Looked like there was plaster and an old trowel in here too. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. I put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I am going to cut the video here. Things are getting tense. I have a feeling I'm going to find Rachel's body in here and it's going to explain the story fully. So thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked it, mash that like button, like this, know tomorrow, and share the video with the world. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about the videos thus far. And I'm The Outlier, and I will see you all in the next video.